The McRib is back, and I am fiending for a bite. However, we live in a cruel and unjust world, so I will never get to caress those succulent barbecue glazed curves with my tongue. Because I currently have a bank account balance of $4.09. But I will follow in the footsteps of the great entrepreneurs that came before me, and I will pull myself up by the bootstraps. You tried that? It works. So what I did was I created a GoFundMe campaign for a whole whopping $6 so I can buy a McRib and experience that childlike joy. Here's our campaign statement. Ever since I was a young boy, I dreamed that one day I too could enjoy a McRib. The other kids heckled me. "You will never know the joy of a limited time McRib, boy," they would claim. Their cold words cut me to my core, but perhaps they carried the truth. Maybe that young boy's dreams were never meant to be realized. But I like to think differently. With the help from generous patrons, such as yourself, we can win this battle against hate. Together, we will proclaim to the world that love will always trump evil. In these uncertain times, we will unite for all the young boys and girls that struggle to find hope in this turbulent life of ours. One McRib at a time. You see, folks, just one single dollar can make the difference between if I get to ever eat again. Listen, I don't care what you do with your money, but you should give it to me. You should give it to me so I can buy a $6 delicious McRib. And hey, maybe if I make a little extra money, I can get a $10 McRib meal. If you care about me and want me to live, that is. That is a real thing that I am doing. I actually genuinely made a GoFundMe campaign so that I can buy a McRib. Will it work? Who fucking knows? But it's funny, so I did it. Topic change, I'm bored. You know, it's often said that money can't buy happiness. Whoever came up with that has clearly not heard of the Wendy's 4 for 4. If you ask me, I think money's relationship with happiness is like a car's relationship with getting places. You know, you don't need it, but it certainly fucking helps. But honestly, lately I've actually, financially speaking, I have been probably the worst that I've ever been in my life. However, I have also been the happiest I've ever been in my life. Probably not related. It's not like I'm broken. I'm all of a sudden like jumping for joy. Like, yay, $4 and what, like 9 cents in my bank account. But I guess it certainly has proved a point that I actually really truly do not need money to be happy. You know, I guess throughout my life being raised, I was a pretty materialistic person. I was a big spender of money. In elementary school, it all started in elementary school, I had unrestricted access to my mother's card. Not on purpose. She did not know about this. And I'd buy a little something here, a little something there. And you may be wondering, well, what is an elementary school student buying with a debit card? The answer is Clash of Clans gems. And one night I got a little spendy. And I ended up racking $500 worth of Clash of Clans gems. And buddy, did I use them? Alright, I ended up Town Hall 10 from nothing. Just saying, bit of a flex. But my mother didn't take her long to find out. The bank called her and be like, "Hey, are you spending $500 on Clash of Clans?" And she's like, "No," but she did know a certain somebody who does play Clash of Clans. So she storms in my room. She's like, "Kai, what are you doing, man?" And when she walks in, she didn't say that word for word. When she walks in, I'm like pretending to be asleep, and I've got like my iPad beneath my pillow, and I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, oh, she found out. I thought I would get away with it scot-free. It was the perfect crime. But alas, we live in the real world where there are consequences to your actions. And you know what? It did work out for me though, because Supercell, the creators of Clash of Clans, ended up refunding her for it. But guess who got to keep his gems? This guy. This guy got to keep his Clash of Clans gems. From that point, I think it only got worse. Once I started working my own job in high school, making my own money, I was like, whoa, a few $100s a week? That's so much money. I was a naive fool because I had no perspective of money. Like when you're in high school and you don't have anything to pay for, a few $100s a week, that's crazy cash. So naturally I spend it on a video game. There's this little shooter game called Team Fortress 2, and man, did I spend money on that. My inventory in the game ended up being worth like, I think $1,000, something like that. And I would always justify it because it's like, oh, I could always sell it later. And you know what? That poor spending actually ended up paying off, because one of the items that I had bought all those years ago actually ended up increasing in value. So I made a little bit of money from that. So if anything should be learned from this, it's that anytime you spend too much money, you will get away scot-free, no consequences. Because the 2 times, I actually ended up making money. Or gems. Whatever. I ended up getting free stuff. But then I became an adult. And adults need vehicles. And boy, do I buy vehicles. I have bought 2 cars, a motorcycle, and pretty soon I'm probably going to buy another car. And that brings me 0 happiness, because it's not out of vanity, it is out of necessity, because I make very, very poor choices with my money. And everyone's like, Kai, don't buy a motorcycle, don't buy a motorcycle. Your brother bought a motorcycle, and you know what? Motorcycles actually have saved me money. Well, not yet, but if you ignore the cost of equipment and the cost of repairs and the cost of any mods you might want or add-ons and any safety features, motorcycles are actually pretty cheap, okay? I was quoted at $100 a year for motorcycle insurance, so who's laughing now, I feel like money can buy happiness, okay? Like, you can spend money and you're gonna get that dopamine rush, but if you want long-term life satisfaction, money ain't gonna do that for you, my friend. No amount of spending can make you truly happy on the inside. I think I found the most happiness from any creative outlet. I mean, lately it's been YouTube, as you can see with my uploads going crazy lately. But, you know, playing piano or drawing, not that I draw, but I find that a creative outlet actually makes a huge difference on mental health. And then also obviously like exercising and stuff and just getting sun, but that's like basic stuff that everyone already knows. But I don't know, I feel like if you're struggling out there with happiness, I just realized my monitor has been on the whole time. I meant to turn that off because it's kind of distracting. My bad. Yeah, I don't know, that's just my thoughts on the matter. But I think at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that I get $6 for a delicious McRib. I need the barbecue on my tongue. Goodbye. But if you're looking for something to watch, I made a 1,000 subscriber video that you can click on right now. You can click on that, watch it, because you love me, or you don't. Maybe you hate me. You can hate watch it. We can hate watch it together. We can hold hands. Heterosexually, of course.